delighted to be joined by Justin Rose here at the Alfred Dunhill Links Championship. Justin, we were just discussing the last time you were here was 2008, but do you have any memories of back then when you were playing in this unique tournament?
Just good memories, really. I mean, I can't believe it's been that long. It's amazing how time flies, but I'm excited that, the little maybe shift in the schedule and what have you, and obviously with Wentworth now being a little bit later in the year, post FedEx Cup and all of that stuff, you can kind of, it feels like it's a really nice time of year to play here again, and as a couple of week trip, with Wentworth. So, yeah, I'm excited to be back.
I think we can open straight up for questions because I'm sure people are eager to hear your response. So, Charles, we'll throw to you first.
Hello, Justin. For once, you're not the most popular Justin on the golf course this week.
What do you mean?
Can you tell us how your partner is enjoying St Andrews, and have you taken him to the jigger yet?
Right, here we go. Yeah. No, it's cool to be playing with this, Justin Timberlake, obviously. I'm quite happy to be, not the coolest Justin on the golf course. Actually, that's probably always the case anyway with Justin Thomas and all these other young kids around, so I'm kind of used to it these days. But yeah, it's fun to be playing with him. We've done the AT&T Pebble Beach program a couple of times together, and we floated the idea about doing this one a couple of years ago, and he was touring, but obviously he's got a bit of time on his hands now, and just worked for both of us that this was the year to come and do it, and we're having a brilliant time. He came, I think he got into town Saturday. He's played a few practice rounds. He's really enjoyed it. He's taking it all in. We did hit the jigger in for a pint on Monday. It's the first thing you got to do when you get into town. So yeah, we've done the team building, the team bonding, and now we've got to go do the team scoring as of tomorrow. So excited to get out there.
He's pretty good as well. We saw him getting a bunker lesson in Switzerland a few weeks ago from Rory. Does he fancy his chances this week?
I think with two shots, I'm not sure anyone's fancying their chances. But he's playing well, actually. I played 5 or 6 holes with him. I teed off with him yesterday here at the Old Course, and I cruised out to, I think, the 6th hole, and then I left them and played in. But he continued his round, and he's hitting the ball nicely. And obviously there's a pretty good advantage on some of the tee boxes. He drove one of the greens early in the round, so with the right wind and the right time, he should be able to make a few birdies. And the thing about Justin is that he's so competitive as well, right? He's an entertainer. So typically when his shot hole comes around, he tends to bring his best game. So he's quite effective, even though he's only getting 2 shots.
In terms of last week, reflections on last week, and the fact that it's quite a stacked schedule between now and Dubai, and where you sit in the race to Dubai, how do you feel about it?
Last week was an opportunity. I actually played really well last week, so I'm more excited about last week from what it meant, like what it represented, than the actual result. I finished 8th in the end, and I kind of had an opportunity on Sunday to score much better than I did, but I liked what I saw in my game. I drove the ball much better than I have been, and felt like I was pretty effective tee to green, which is great. So hopefully that's something I can build on this week. Plenty of opportunity for me to make some inroads into the race to Dubai. I've got some big events coming up. Every event now feels like it's a big event. This week obviously, and then Italian Open in a couple of weeks' time, and then China and Turkey and Dubai, things like that. So I'm going to have to play great. I'm going to have to win 3 of them just to have a chance. But it's very much the situation I put myself in 17, I guess it was, where I had to win pretty much my last 3 events. I won 2 of them, and I came close in Dubai. So, that's the good thing. I can, if you get on a run, it's possible. So, yep, that's the plan anyway.
Just wondering, in terms of this event and the 3 golf courses, obviously you've played in Scotland a lot, but is it special to be coming and playing 3 such great golf courses one after the other?
Yeah, it's unique, and it's a fun part of the week, and it's sort of something that I embrace. And I think also, in terms of preparation for this week, it's impossible to play 3 practice rounds, 3 18-hole practice rounds, and then still have enough, energy, I suppose, to compete in the tournament. So for me, the first few days here are just about enjoying the atmosphere of St Andrews. Like I said, I played 9 holes here yesterday. Went to Kings Barnes today just to refresh my memory a little bit. Carnoustie played relatively recently in the Open, so I feel like that's the one where it's nicer to go to because it's the rough's not quite as thick as it is during the Open and what have you. So, but yeah, 3 great courses. I don't know Kings Barnes as well. I think that's the course that you sort of maybe have to score well on if you're going to do well in this tournament. And So, my caddy right now, Lordy, is out walking the front line at Kingsbarn. So that's going to be one where we're going to have to try and, in real time, kind of figure our way around it.
Golf is an individual game, as we all know. With your mindset, playing with somebody else, how can you manage on and off?
Yeah. Well, I think you answered the question in a way. You've got to switch on and off, and I think you've got to enjoy it, and you've got to embrace the fun of this week. And, I think that's the beauty of these tournaments. It's not how we would like to play our golf every single week, but two times a year, if you play Pebble Beach or if you play here, at the Alfred Dunhill Links, I think it's a really fun format, and I think you get out of it what you put into it. So if you go into it with a good attitude and you want to enjoy your pro-am partners and you want to have a good, have a conversation off the ball, I think that helps. I don't worry about the pace of play. Like a lot of guys are like, 6-hour rounds. I've never really felt like that's unenjoyable. I'm out there with a group of guys to have a good day's golf, and, you chit and you chat, and, just because you have to wait 5 minutes to hit a shot occasionally doesn't mean that it should be a miserable experience. You're out there with a good group of guys, and we're kind of here to have fun as well as compete hard. And I think to compete, I think you have to embrace that and have a lot of fun along the way.
Cool. Dave?
Hi, Justin. For you, which of these three great courses provides the biggest challenge, the toughest challenge?
Well, I think it's Carnoustie. I think probably everyone would say that. It's the one that has the least room off the tee. It's probably the most well bunkered. It's the one that you have to play the most conventionally. You have to hit it straight. You have to hit fairways. St Andrews, you can always kind of like bail out a little bit to the left. I think Kingsbarns is quite wide with there's opportunity to miss a shot there and get away with it. So I think for me, Carnoustie. And given the weather tomorrow, I've always said if there's one bad weather day, you don't want to be at Carnoustie. And I don't know. I think tomorrow looks a little dicey.